Technology commercialization at the University of Arizona finished up on a very good year. Our fiscal year ended June 30, and the results are in, and we pretty much, on every category, attained high levels of performance.
The key input to the tech transfer process are invention disclosures. Those are the formal interactions between the TLA and the researchers that create inventions and start the whole process. We had a goal to grow those by 10% over last year, and generally over the next several years growing them by about 10%. This year we grew by 17% over the previous year to an all-time high of 250 invention disclosures. We forecasted that we'd hit 91 total deals. That would have represented about a 10% growth over the previous year. Instead, we hit 97, which represents again about a 17% growth over the previous year. These are great results that we're hitting already. Another measure, it's not always a perfect measure, but is revenue growth. And it's worth mentioning that we've been growing revenue every year since we've been here, and last year we had another year of 25% growth in revenue, license royalty revenue. Startups are a key thing that this unit's focused on, and to recognize that, we actually created a new group headed up by Joann MacMaster to focus specifically on startups.
We licensed university inventions to 14 startup companies this last year. This represents about a 20% increase over the year before. And on average, we expect to see about 12 to 15 new companies form around university inventions each year. But it's not just about the numbers, it's also about the quality of the companies that we're building. We look for companies that have a strong business leader, a right business model that makes sense, and access to resources to help them hit the ground running. And this is a Herculean effort. So to help us with this process, we have a support network of about 1,300 domain experts, many of whom are alumni interested to get involved and give back to the university. We also work with about 25 commercialization partners, many of whom are looking for their next startup opportunity. This year we hired 3 mentors in residence. These are seasoned entrepreneurs who serve as champions for our startup commercialization efforts.
We did 27 projects last year. These are projects that occur very early, soon after we get an invention. And we work with faculty through our network to understand the applications and try to determine an inflection point for that technology, in the sense that what would be the single set of experiments, or maybe build a prototype, or other kinds of activities in the early development trajectory for that technology that really demonstrate that the technology is aligned to the marketplace, and that our faculty who are involved in that project are really interested in commercialization. This year we were successful in receiving an award from the National Science Foundation for the I-Corps program. In the I-Corps program, these teams go through training on how to contact individuals that really are the kind of perspective of the market, potential customers typically. And that really helps them to focus further development of the technology, understanding what's necessary to get that technology to the marketplace.
This past year was actually pretty exceptional for Tech Parks Arizona, particularly since we are coming out of the recession and we're seeing a lot of new interest and activity here at the park. One area that was particularly strong for us was the connectivity with university faculty and students who are trying to move their inventions and discoveries out into the marketplace, and we play a significant role in providing the opportunity for them to test and demonstrate their technologies here at the Tech Park, and that particularly was true in areas like medical imaging, autonomous and connected vehicles, sustainable mining technology, medical diagnostics and devices. So that was very exciting for us. Through our Global Advantage program, we've been successfully attracting some new fast growth technology companies into the park, international companies from places like Mexico, Canada, and Israel, but some domestic companies as well. We've got a really strong program right now in workforce development and STEM education, with some really exciting programs such as our Racing the Sun program, which involves high school students in working with solar technology and building solar go-karts. And finally, we're starting to begin to expand the park as physical development with some new enterprises here, a new building and a program called Villages at the Tech Park. The Tech Park of the Bridges is really a very exciting project for us. We're now beginning to start physical development at that site at 36th and Keno. We're just completing a whole new land use and development plan for the park that takes advantage of the changes in the economy, and we're hoping to begin in the next 24 months to build the Innovation and Technology Building, which will become a centerpiece of Tech Launch Arizona and bringing together university and community groups that are involved in tech commercialization and technology innovation.
When you take these numbers as a sum total, what you end up seeing is a change that has occurred in the culture of the University of Arizona's research community. In particular, commercialization has been something that has increased over the almost 4 years of Tech Launch Arizona. But in particular, we're really seeing a deepening of invention understanding, and we're getting some very interesting inventions, deeper in the sense that they're earlier in the invention conception process. And broader, we're seeing inventions coming from all corners of the university, areas that we hadn't seen before.